On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Childlike.
Resembling or characteristic of a child, particularly in being innocent, trusting, or naive.
Examples:
Childlike charm, childlike innocence. She had a childlike wonder and curiosity about the world.
Gamble.
To take risky action in the hope of being successful, to play or game for money or other stakes.
Examples:
Gamble $100 on the race. Gamble away my fortune. Will you gamble on the result of the fight?
Solemn.
Formal and dignified, often with an emphasis on religious or ceremonial attitudes or practices, characterized by an earnest sense of importance or gravity, serious or grave in tone or demeanor.
Examples:
Solemn vow. Solemn ceremony. The priest led the solemn procession through the church.
Overwhelm.
To defeat someone or something by using a great deal of force, to have a strong emotional effect on somebody.
Examples:
He was overwhelmed with gratitude. Overwhelm opponents by numbers. Too much variety may overwhelm and confuse viewers.
Solemnity.
The state or quality of being serious, grave, and dignified, a formal and dignified sense of ceremony or ritual.
Examples:
Solemnity of the occasion. Religious solemnity. The solemnity of the funeral made everyone feel sad and reflective.
Commonplace.
Occurring very often, lacking originality or interest.
Examples:
Become a commonplace sight. Commonplace event. Forgetting someone's name is a commonplace occurrence.
Jog.
To run or move at a slow or leisurely pace, typically for exercise, to continue talking or writing without a definite plan or purpose.
Examples:
Jog in place. Jog my memory. She decided to jog around the park to clear her head.
Poke.
To push or prod with a sharp object or the finger.
Examples:
Poke around the desk. Poke a fire. They poked fun at each other's jokes, laughing and teasing.
Confer.
To have a meeting or discussion, to come to a decision or agreement or exchange ideas, to bestow something.
Examples:
Confer degree. Confer honor. The leaders of the two countries met to confer on the issue.
Devise.
To come up with an idea, plan, theory, etc., using your intelligence or imagination.
Examples:
Devise a plan. Devise a literary plot. They had to devise a system that did not depend on fossil fuels.
Foolproof.
Designed to prevent mistakes or errors, infallible, incapable of going wrong.
Examples:
Foolproof method. Foolproof plan. This recipe is foolproof and easy to follow, even for inexperienced cooks.
Spontaneously.
In a way that is natural, not planned or forced, and often sudden.
Examples:
Recover spontaneously after 5 days. This shift occurs spontaneously. The electrical cord spontaneously combusted.
Incidentally.
By the way, as an aside or in passing.
Examples:
Incidentally discovered. Incidentally mentioned. Incidentally, I know the answer to that question.
Arrogance.
Excessive self-confidence or self-importance.
Examples:
Brazen arrogance. Arrogance of power. He acted with arrogance and was not well liked by his colleagues.
Imperfectly.
In a faulty or incomplete way.
Examples:
Imperfectly developed. Imperfectly known disease. He created an imperfectly shaped torso.
Rebellion.
An act of violent or open resistance to an established government or ruler.
Examples:
Rebellion leader. Excite rebellion. The anti-government rebellion was put down quickly by the government's military forces.
Surreal.
Strange and unreal, having an oddly dreamlike quality.
Examples:
Surreal number. Surreal art. The dreamlike quality of the painting gave it a surreal feel.
Staircase.
A set of stairs inside a building, usually with posts and bars that are fixed at the side.
Examples:
Spiral staircase. Beetle up the staircase. She walked urgently down the emergency staircase.
Decrepit.
Weakened or worn out by old age, illness, or hard use, in a state of disrepair and likely to collapse or break down.
Examples:
Decrepit building. Decrepit furniture. The decrepit old house was in desperate need of repair.
Depress.
To make someone feel sad, low in spirits, or without hope, to make markets, businesses, etc., less active.
Examples:
Depress their spirits. Depress crop prices. The economic recession depressed the housing market.
Oblivion.
The state of being completely forgotten or unknown, the state of being unconscious or unaware, the condition of being destroyed, wiped out, or erased from existence.
Examples:
vanish into oblivion, drunk in oblivion. The author's work was forgotten and fell into oblivion after his death.
Typewriter.
A mechanical device used for writing, consisting of type keys that, when pressed, imprint ink onto paper or other writing material, mainly used before modern computers, printers, and word processors took over.
Examples:
typewriter keys, electronic typewriter. I found an old typewriter at a thrift store and used it to write my novel.
Fascist.
Relating to or supporting fascism, which is a political ideology that emphasizes authoritarian government, nationalism, and suppression of political opposition and individual liberties.
Examples:
fascist propaganda, fascist policies. The regime was accused of being fascist for their oppressive tactics.
Repress.
To restrain or control by force, to suppress feelings or memories.
Examples:
cannot repress laughter, repress gene expression. He repressed the memories of his traumatic childhood.
Parody.
A comedic or satirical imitation of serious work intended to ridicule or criticize.
Examples:
political parody, parody song. The play was a parody of a famous Shakespearean tragedy.
Plethora.
An overabundance or excess of something, a state of having too much of something.
Examples:
plethora of information, plethora of opportunities. The restaurant's menu offered a plethora of options for vegetarians.
Nouveau.
New, something new or newly arrived, especially a new fashion or trend.
Examples:
Art Nouveau, Nouveau cuisine. The nouveau riche were eager to flaunt their wealth.
Typography.
The art or process of printing with type, the design, layout, and arrangement of printed material, including text and images.
Examples:
typography skills, typography layout. I love the bold typography used in this book's chapter heading.
Goofy.
Silly or foolish.
Examples:
wear a goofy hat, with a goofy expression. He made a goofy face as he recalled this morning's events.
Postmodern.
Relating to a style or movement in art, architecture, and criticism that reacts against earlier modernist principles and seeks to break down boundaries between high and low culture.
Examples:
postmodern art, Postmodern society. The postmodern building was designed with unconventional shapes and colors.
Historicity.
The quality of being historical or having real historical value or significance, the extent to which something is rooted in or related to history.
Examples.
Question the historicity. Assessing the historicity. The historicity of the ancient artifact was confirmed through extensive research and analysis.
Hackneyed.
Lacking originality or freshness, overused to the point of becoming cliché or trite.
Examples.
Hackneyed topic. Hackneyed storyline. The politician's speech was filled with hackneyed phrases that failed to inspire the audience.
Rediscover.
To discover or find again something that was previously known but lost.
Examples.
Rediscover a value. Rediscover an old truth. The painting was rediscovered in an attic and turned out to be a long-lost masterpiece.
Empathy.
The ability to share another person's feelings or experiences by imagining that person's situation.
Examples.
Full of empathy. Empathy for patients. Empathy is also necessary to understand history.
Immerse.
To become fully involved in a particular activity, to dip or submerge in a liquid, especially so that they or it are entirely covered.
Examples.
Immerse the cloth in the dye. Completely immerse the ingredient. He immersed himself in his research.
Opportune.
Suitable or happening at a time that is suitable or convenient for a particular purpose.
Examples.
Opportune occasion. An opportune remark. The phone rang at the most opportune time.
Heft.
To lift or hold something heavy to determine its weight or to test its heaviness or density, to assess or evaluate the significance or importance of something.
Examples.
Heft a weight. Heft the cost. She hefted the hammer, ready to start the home renovation project.
Meld.
To combine or blend, especially in a way that produces a harmonious or unified whole, to merge or fuse.
Examples.
Meld business and pleasure. Meld physics with life science. The chef melded the flavors of the spice blend to create the perfect marinade.
Symphony.
A long musical composition in Western classical music for orchestra, usually with 3 or 4 main parts called movements.
Examples.
A symphony orchestra. A beautiful symphony. The frequent performances of the symphony prove its popularity.
Broadway.
A famous street in New York City, specifically in the borough of Manhattan, renowned for its theaters and musical productions, the commercial theater district and the theater industry in general.
Examples:
Broadway show, Broadway theater. We watched an incredible Broadway musical last night.
Interweave.
To combine or blend substantive parts or elements, to interlace, to mix or intermingle.
Examples:
Interweave threads, interweave ideas. The author expertly tried to interweave the story's plot and characters.
Backlit.
With light shining from behind. Noun, light from behind.
Examples:
Backlit by a window, backlit photo. I like to code in dark rooms, so a backlit keyboard is convenient.
Extrude.
To force, push, or press out through a narrow opening or nozzle, often in a continuous fashion, to shape materials by squeezing them through a die or mold.
Examples:
Extrude rubber, extrude metal. The artist used a pasta machine to extrude clay into intricate shapes.
Recast.
To change the form of something, such as a metal object, by melting it down and reshaping it, to change the actors or the role of a particular actor in a play or film.
Examples:
Recast the Republican Party, recast the story. He had to recast his image to convince the electorate in his home state.
Photoshop.
To edit or manipulate digital images or photographs using Adobe Photoshop software or similar tools.
Examples:
Photoshop a picture, Photoshop the background of the image. The photographer photoshopped the image to enhance the lighting and contrast.
Headquarter.
The central office or location from which a business or organization is managed.
Examples:
Administrative headquarter, an emergency headquarter. The company decided to move its headquarters to New York City.
Numb.
Unable to feel physical sensation and movement, not showing human feeling or sensitivity.
Examples:
Numb with cold, a numb mind. My left arm became numb.
Creepy.
Causing an uneasy feeling of fear or unease.
Examples:
Feel creepy, creepy atmosphere. The old, abandoned house was creepy and gave me the chills.
Underpass.
A tunnel or passage that allows pedestrians, cyclists, or vehicles to pass below a road or other obstruction.
Examples:
Underpass shelter, railway underpass. The underpass construction project was started to alleviate the city's growing traffic problem.
Wholehearted.
Sincere, genuine, and enthusiastic, with complete devotion or commitment.
Examples:
wholehearted support, wholehearted commitment. She put her wholehearted effort into finishing the project on time.
Travail.
Prolonged, difficult, or exhausting labor or physical work, a painful or laborious effort or struggle.
Examples:
physical travail, laborious travail. The artist's travail in perfecting the details of the painting paid off in the end.
Amuse.
To entertain or divert the mind, to make someone laugh.
Examples:
amuse a baby with a rattle. Amuse guests. He amused himself by playing video games during his free time.
Napkin.
A small piece of cloth or paper used for wiping one's mouth and hands while eating. A decorative cloth placed on a table for formal occasions.
Examples:
paper napkin, linen napkin. I always keep a stack of napkins on my desk while I eat to prevent any messes.
Tedious.
Tiresome or boring because of being repetitive, dull, or too long, causing mental or physical fatigue due to its unrelenting nature.
Examples:
tedious task, tedious routine. The work of data entry can be tedious, but it is important for maintaining accurate records.
Intern.
To put someone in prison, especially for political or military reasons. Noun, a student or trainee who works, sometimes for free, to get work experience or to fulfill qualification criteria.
Examples:
intern civilians, medical intern. The Navy interned ships of defeated nations.
Recognizable.
Easy to become aware of or identify.
Examples:
to a recognizable degree. Recognizable landmark. His car was easily recognizable in the parking lot.
Counterbalance.
To offset or balance the effect of something by applying an equal or opposite force or effect. To provide a counteracting or balancing influence for something. Noun, a weight or force that is used to balance or offset another weight or force.
Examples:
counterbalance the seriousness of the topic. Counterbalance the effects. The heavy weights on one end of the scale counterbalanced the lighter weights on the other end.
Laborious.
Requiring a lot of effort and time to complete, characterized by tedious or difficult work.
Examples:
laborious routine. Laborious project. The construction workers had a laborious job of carrying heavy equipment up several flights of stairs.
Misspell.
To spell incorrectly or wrongly, to use an incorrect spelling for a word.
Examples:
Misspell words. Misspell his name. Please be careful not to misspell any of the words in your essay.
Neophyte.
A person who is new to or inexperienced in a particular activity or belief, a beginner or novice, of religion, someone who has recently been converted to a particular faith or religious belief.
Examples:
Political neophyte. Neophyte chef. The neophyte lawyer struggled to understand the complexity of the case.
Terrifying.
Very frightening or intimidating.
Examples:
Terrifying experience. Terrifying events. Large earthquakes often generate terrifying tsunamis.
Arrogant.
Having or revealing an exaggerated sense of one's importance or abilities.
Examples:
An arrogant attitude. Grow arrogant. He was so arrogant that he thought he was always right.